I didn't choke. I didn't cough. I didn't panic, at least not at first. I just stopped breathing. Before we continue, please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell for updates. Have you ever tried to take a breath and nothing happens? Like your body just refuses? No air in, no air out. Just silence where something automatic is supposed to be. That's exactly what happened to me. It started at dinner. Normal, quiet, forgettable dinner. The kind where no one really looks at each other for too long. The overhead light buzzed faintly, flickering just enough to be annoying. My little brother, Ivo, was tapping his fork against his glass. My stepdad, Dorian, kept scrolling on his phone between bites. And my mum, Marceline Vale, sat perfectly still, watching everything without really reacting to anything. I remember I was about to say something. I don't even remember what. Something small, something that didn't matter. And then my chest tightened. Not sharp, not sudden, just wrong. I paused, tried to inhale. Nothing. At first, I thought I just needed to try harder. Like maybe I'd forgotten how to breathe for a second. That sounds stupid, right? But that's what it felt like. Like my body had glitched. I gripped the edge of the table, tried again. Still nothing. That's when the panic hit. I pushed my chair back hard. It scraped loudly against the floor and grabbed at my chest, like somehow I could force it to work again. Dorian finally looked up. Arindra? I opened my mouth to answer, but no sound came out. No air. Ivo stopped tapping. The room went quiet. And then I fell sideways. My shoulder hit the floor first, then my head. I felt it, but it didn't even matter anymore because all I could think was, why can't I breathe? Dorian jumped up so fast his chair flipped over. What's wrong with her? And that's when my mum finally spoke. Calm, flat, certain. Stop. She's fine. Fine? I was on the ground. My vision was already starting to blur at the edges. My chest felt locked, like something invisible was pressing down on it. Dorian didn't listen. Thank God he didn't listen. He fumbled for his phone, hands shaking. I'm calling 911. I remember turning my head slightly, just enough to look at her, at my mum, waiting for her to do something, anything. She didn't move. Didn't kneel down, didn't touch me, didn't even look worried. She just watched. And then, quietly, almost like she didn't want anyone else to hear, they don't need to touch her. Sirens started in the distance, and that's when I realized something that scared me more than not breathing. She wasn't surprised. The door slammed open so hard it rattled the frame. 2 paramedics rushed in, fast, focused, already scanning the room like they'd done this 100 times before. One of them, a tall guy with sharp eyes, Lucas Bren, 29, dropped to his knees beside me instantly. Hey, can you hear me? He said, already reaching for his kit. I could hear him, I just couldn't answer. My body still wouldn't cooperate. My chest was tight, locked, like breathing had become something I needed permission for, and it wasn't being granted. Lucas moved quickly, pulling out an oxygen mask. She's not getting enough air, he said to his partner. We need... And then a hand grabbed his wrist. Not lightly, not hesitantly. Firm, controlling. Stop. It was my mum. Marceline stood over us now, her grip steady, her voice even sharper than before. I said, she's fine. The room froze for a second. Even Lucas looked caught off guard. Not because of what she said, but how she said it. Like this wasn't fear talking, this was authority. He tried to pull his arm back gently. "Ma'am, I need to—" "She has episodes," my mum cut in, calm, measured, almost rehearsed. "She overreacts. This will pass." Episodes? My vision flickered. The word echoed in my head. Episodes. Dorian stepped forward, voice shaking. "Marceline, what are you doing? She can't breathe." "She's breathing," she replied flatly, not even looking at him. "You're making it worse." Making it worse, I wanted to scream. I wanted to tell them I wasn't breathing, that I couldn't, that something was seriously wrong. But all that came out was a weak, silent gasp that didn't even pull in air. Lucas wasn't convinced. You could see it in his face now, the shift from confusion to concern. He glanced at me, really looked this time. My lips, my chest, my stillness. Then back at her. "No," he said, firmer now. "This isn't normal." He tried again to reach for me, and again she blocked him. This time his partner stepped in. "Ma'am, you need to step back." There was tension now. Thick, immediate. For a split second it looked like she might argue again. Then, slowly, she let go. Lucas didn't hesitate. The oxygen mask came down over my face, cool air finally pushing in, and suddenly, my body reacted. A sharp, desperate inhale tore through me like my lungs had been waiting for permission this whole time. Air. Finally. But something still felt off. Wrong. Not fixed, just delayed. As they lifted me onto the stretcher, my head rolled slightly to the side. My eyes found her again. My mum. Still calm. Still watching. And as they wheeled me past her, she leaned in just enough so only I could hear. "You're making this worse than it is." My chest tightened again, but not just from whatever was happening inside me. This time, it was something else. Because in that moment, I wasn't just scared of what was happening to my body. I was starting to feel scared of her. The ambulance doors slammed shut, and everything got louder. Not the outside, not the sirens. Inside. The steady, sharp beeping of monitors. The hiss of oxygen. The quiet urgency in Lucas's voice as he worked over me. "Stay with me, Arindra," he said. "Can you nod? Blink? Anything?" I tried. My body responded just enough, a weak flicker of movement. Good, he noticed. "She's responsive," he said, adjusting something near my shoulder. "But her oxygen's unstable." Unstable. That word stuck. Because even with the mask on, even with air finally coming in, it didn't feel normal. It felt forced, temporary, like something underneath was still wrong. "Arindra," Lucas continued, lowering his voice slightly. "Have you taken anything today? Any meds? Anything unusual?" I tried to shake my head, just barely. And then, "She hasn't taken anything." My mum's voice cut in instantly, too fast, too certain. "She's dramatic," Marceline added, arms crossed, like this was all an inconvenience. "She does this when she wants attention." Lucas glanced at her, then back at me. Something in his expression changed. Not dramatic, but subtle. A shift from listening to questioning. Because what he was seeing didn't match what she was saying. He leaned in a little closer to me, lower voice now. "Arindra, I need you to try again. Did you take anything? I forced everything I had into the smallest movement. No. Just a faint shake, but it was enough. I got it, he said quietly. My mum exhaled sharply. You're feeding into it. No response this time, because Lucas wasn't listening to her anymore. He was watching me. Really watching. His eyes moved, quick, trained, taking in details I didn't even realize mattered. My breathing pattern, my hands, my neck. And then he paused, just for a second. His gaze fixed near my collarbone. I couldn't see what he saw, but I saw his reaction. A slight narrowing of his eyes. A calculation. He reached gently, adjusting the edge of my shirt just enough to get a clearer look. Small marks. Faint. Repeated. Not random, not accidental. His jaw tightened. Hey, he said to his partner, voice suddenly more controlled, more serious. Let's alert ahead. Full workup when we arrive. That was new. That wasn't routine anymore. What? My mum snapped. That's not necessary. But Lucas didn't even look at her this time. She's not stabilizing like she should be, he said. Something's off. Something's off. Those words hit differently. Because I felt it too, deep down. This wasn't just a random moment, not just a one-time thing. This had been building. I tried to speak. My throat strained. My chest resisted. But somehow, barely, I pushed out one word. Please. Lucas heard it. He leaned closer immediately. I'm right here. My mum. She didn't react. Didn't even acknowledge it. Just stared ahead, expression tight now. Controlled, but slipping. The ambulance slowed, then stopped. The doors flew open, bright hospital lights flooded in. And as they wheeled me out, voices overlapped. Nurses, movement, urgency, until one voice cut through everything. Calm, sharp, and suddenly still. Wait. The movement stopped. I couldn't fully lift my head, but I saw him, the doctor, Dr. Sorel Anvek. He took one look at me and froze. The doctor didn't rush forward. He didn't start shouting orders. He didn't even touch me. He just stopped. Have you ever seen someone recognize something instantly, but wish they hadn't? That's what his face looked like. Dr. Sorel Anvek, 46. Calm. Experienced. The kind of person who had probably seen everything. Except, apparently, not this. Not like this. His eyes scanned me once. Quick, precise. My face, my chest, my breathing. Then my collarbone. That's where his expression changed. Not confusion, recognition. Step back, he said suddenly. Not loud, but sharp enough that everyone listened. Then louder, firmer. Step back. Now. And this time, he was looking directly at my mum. The room shifted instantly. Nurses moved. A second doctor paused mid-step. Even Lucas straightened slightly, like something unspoken had just become very real. What is this? My mum demanded, her voice tightening for the first time. You're overreacting. Dr. Anvek didn't answer her. He stepped closer to me instead, already putting on gloves. Get her into resus, he said. Now. Everything sped up again. Hands on the stretcher, wheels moving fast, lights blurring overhead. But this time, my mum wasn't leading the situation anymore. She tried to follow. A nurse stepped in front of her. Ma'am, you need to wait here. I'm her mother, Marceline snapped. And we need space to treat her. That word, treat, landed differently. Because for the first time tonight, someone was acting like I actually needed help. Inside the room, everything became controlled chaos. Machines, voices, movement. Dr. Anvek leaned over me, his voice low but urgent. Arindra, can you hear me? I blinked, barely. Good, he said. Stay with me. His eyes flicked again to my collarbone, then to the monitors, then back to me. He wasn't guessing. He was confirming something. What are you seeing? Lucas asked quietly from behind him. Dr. Anvek didn't hesitate. I've seen this pattern before. Pattern. The word sent a chill through me, even in my half-conscious state. Because patterns mean repetition, and repetition means this wasn't new. Orders came quickly after that. Blood panel, tox screen, full respiratory assessment. Everything at once, no delay, no doubt. Outside the room, I could still hear my mum's voice, sharper now, less controlled. You're making a mistake! No one responded. Security appeared quietly in the background, not dramatic, but deliberate. Inside, Dr. Anvek leaned closer to a nurse, lowering his voice, but not enough that it didn't reach me. If I'm right. A pause. Just a fraction of a second. Then, this wasn't an accident. The words hung in the air. Heavy. Final. And for the first time since this started, the fear changed. It wasn't just about whether I could breathe anymore. It was about why I couldn't, and who already knew the answer. When I woke up, the first thing I noticed was silence. No alarms, no shouting, no pressure in my chest, just air. A slow inhale, then another, and this time, my body didn't fight me. It worked. Have you ever had something taken from you so suddenly that getting it back feels unreal? That's what breathing felt like. I stared at the ceiling for a long moment, letting it happen again and again, just to be sure it wouldn't stop. It didn't. A quiet voice broke through. You're okay. I turned my head slightly. Dr. Sorel Anvek stood nearby, calm as ever, but different now. Not distant, not clinical. Certain. You're safe, he added. Safe. That word settled deeper than anything else. Because now they knew. And soon, I would too. Logical payoff. What actually happened? The explanation didn't come all at once. It came in pieces. Careful, verified, real. The tests revealed a substance in my system, small amounts repeated over time. Not enough to trigger immediate alarms, but enough to slowly interfere with how my body regulated breathing. That's why it felt random, why it came in episodes, why no one caught it earlier. Except, it wasn't random, and it wasn't natural. Those faint marks near my collarbone, they weren't accidents. They were evidence. Repeated exposure, controlled doses, administered over time. This had been happening for months, maybe longer. Truth about my mum. The investigation started immediately. Not quietly, not slowly, immediately. Hospital staff filed a report. Specialists reviewed my records. Patterns emerged fast. Every past incident told the same story. Symptoms downplayed, timelines altered, details controlled. Always by her. Marceline Vale, my mum. She had built a narrative around me, fragile, dramatic, unreliable. And then she controlled how others responded to it. Why? Not chaos, not impulse. Control. Attention. Sympathy. A pattern of behaviour that only worked as long as no one looked too closely. But this time, someone did. She was detained that same night. No shouting, no scene, just quiet, undeniable consequence. Emotional payoff. I didn't cry right away. Not when they told me. Not when I understood. It was later, alone, when everything replayed differently. Every time she said I was fine. Every time I doubted myself. Every time I thought maybe I was exaggerating. I wasn't. That realization hit harder than anything else. Not fear, not anger. Clarity. Consequence. Payoff. Things didn't just go back to normal. They couldn't. Dorian was questioned, his silence, his hesitation, everything examined. Ivo was placed under temporary protective care. Extended family got involved fast, some in shock, others in denial. The school was notified, but carefully. My privacy protected. Doctors set up ongoing monitoring. Advocates checked in regularly. For the first time, people were watching out for me, not dismissing me. Final resolution. Moment. Weeks later, I sat in a quiet exam room. No chaos, no urgency, just a routine check. I took a deep breath. It came easily, naturally. Dr. Anvek stepped in, glanced at the chart, then at me. "You're doing well," he said simply. No dramatics, just truth. After he left, I sat there for a second longer, breathing in, breathing out. No fear attached to it anymore. And for the first time in a long time, I trusted what I felt. Because when I couldn't breathe, someone finally saw it. And this time, they didn't look away.